Hi everyone, it's Susan here, and I'm going to show you another um, way of doing stickers. Now you can do this in Craftartist by using, you'll find the outline tool that I'm going to use here in Affinity under Format, in Effects, and you'll find the outline tool. So you can still do it in whichever program you use, but today I chose to do this in Affinity Designer. This is what I'm trying to show you how to create, and then I'll explain how I would prepare them to be cut. So for instance, I've done this one with the fairies. I've done another one, which is with the mermaids and sea life, because our Amelia, she really likes these things. And I'm going to show you how I've planned it and how I'll do it. But for today, I'm going to use a kit that has dinosaurs. I've just downloaded this from Creative Fabrica. And I will put a link down below this video for you to be able to check it out should you wish to do so. I have to tell you, I am an affiliate of Creative Fabrica. So yes, I do get a small amount, sometimes just a few cents, American cents, for taking you to the site and buying the kit. Right, so with no further ado, I want to show you how this is going to work. So to start with, I'm going to put a rectangle. Now I did a rectangle the size I use, and I've placed it in with my kit and the assets so that whenever I want it, I find it ready to put on instead of drawing a rectangle every time. Now, we need a contrasting color. So you can go green, you can go blue. It's entirely up to you what color you go for. You don't have to be too dark, okay? But it has to be where there's a contrast between the outline we're going to create and the background. Because I'm going to get it cut by my scan and cut. And the way this is going to work out, I will explain when the file is finished. Now, you can either do two smaller boxes. So you make this smaller. So that's up to the center, look a little bit less. And then you copy it, paste, and put another one on the other side. You can either do that. You can put a white thick line in the middle. The reason I'm doing a white line is so that I can, when it's finished, cut it if I want to get two stickers out of an A4 page, two sticker A5 size. If you don't mind, because it's for a relative of yours and you want to leave it A4 size, you can leave it the whole box as I'm going to do. And the reason for that, I can cut it afterwards because it's for family. I'm not selling these or doing anything with them, just for my own family. And I found dinosaurs that are at a party. Now, let's bring some on. If you leave it in full, if it's for your family, if you leave it in full, you, of course, have a bit more room to put your images on. Don't do them too big because you want to put as many as you can. Now these come quite big, so you make them a bit smaller. Another way of doing them, if you want them all similar size, is this. I'll show you because that's how it gives you ideas and you learn more. So you bring one in, then you bring the second one in, then you bring the third one in, and the fourth. I'm going to bring about 6. I mean, you can do them all. You can do 2 different files with different dinos. So I'm going to do this for the example. I'm going to pick them all up, not the blue square. I'm just going to pick up those, and then I'll resize them holding the shift all at once. Oh, and I've missed one, so I can resize him down small as well. Something like that. Okay. Now I'll pick each one and place them on my background. You can do one with dinosaurs and one with leaves and the other things, the trees and whatever there is. And that one goes there. You can even turn them upside down if you want. They don't have to all be, I mean, if I wanted, I can do that if I'm going to get more space in. But I'm just going to leave them to show you the concept. That's how you're going to learn from the concept. If you want, you can also put, there's a bit of space, make these smaller so that they fit on any dinosaur you want and put them right about there. So I've done all my images. I'm going to leave this corner because I would want to put the name of whom I'm going to give it to. So if it's going to Javier this time, I will put dinos for Javier or something like that in this corner. But for now, I'm going to leave it, all right? I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. So let's go a bit bigger again. So we'll see what I'm doing. Now you can do this all at once, or you can do it, I'm going to leave one out, these hats out, to show you how you can do it afterwards, because it teaches you a bit more. So I'm going to pick up all my few dinosaurs there, and I'm going to go on layers, and down at the bottom you've got effects. Now this is where in Craftartist, so up to now, in Craftartist you would have done exactly the same, but in Craftartist at this point, you'd go into Format, Effects, and you select Outline. And then you continue exactly the same as I would here. In Affinity, you need to go to the Effects, Layer Effects. You select Outline. I like to move it on the side. Now change the outline to white. And make the thickness bigger. So you'll see in a minute as I start moving it, you start getting a line around the dinosaurs. Now you can do it a small line and it will be picked up and the machine will cut around it. You can make it bigger, thicker, and then get the machine inward, offset inward a smidgen, so it will cut on the white and between the white line. So I'm going to do it like so. Now, after you do that, if you happen to have a couple you either missed or you added on afterwards, all you need to do is take one of the ones that has the outline and go Control C. Then pick up the two you need and do Control Shift V. And all it does, instead of pasting your image, the dinosaur I copied, it will only paste the format, the outline. And there you go, it's been done. Now, when I'm going to tell you the process now rather than show you it. When you're ready, you're going to print this on sticker paper, so a label. If you've got any, and I'm sure a lot of you have labels stash somewhere in your craft room. So if you take an A4 size label and you print this design onto it. Now labels are made of paper and they're very easy. Once they use them once or twice, get them off. They will absolutely disintegrate. They'll be cut, how do you say, that they'll tear. So another thing you can do, you can use what we call self-adhesive laminating sheets. Now these are called laminating. What they are, they're like a piece of laminating sheet, very shiny, but they've got glue at the back. And you'll just take the side. Actually, I might stop here for a second. I'll be back. I will show you how to do it. So let me just print this and I'll show you how it's done. Okay? Right, so I've just printed it and I'm going to show you how this printout turned out. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love it. I'm glad I chose these beautiful designs. So let me show you. There you go. That's my printout. And they came absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it's even nicer in real life. Now, yesterday, I was doing a session with my ladies and I had a slight problem. I've done it many a times, but when I was doing yesterday, the way I was shown, or I saw somebody using these laminating pouches, well, for these, they're not pouches, they're sheets. When I did it, look, I got a bit of a, like a ripple in it. And I thought, well, I can't really use that, okay? But they come really shiny. I mean, I will use all these pieces, but I can't use these two up here. Now, I just had another idea and I'm going to try it out. It might not work and I don't mind. If I try it, it's a trial for whoever sees them and wishes to use these. I thought to myself, this sheet is a bit static with this glass. So if I do this, I get the edge off. I should have got it while the video was closed, but never mind. There you go. If I did that and did that, because they tell you to do it this way. Look, you place it there like that. You stick this on and then you start pushing it. I'll show you the method, and if it goes wrong, I will try mine. I want to try mine. I'm going to take this off. And when I do, my sticker is right flat on my desk. You can hardly see it, but it's there. So now if I take this and I go place it at the top there, very carefully, and just drop it. Yes, I've got no issues whatsoever. I can now pick it up and you can see how beautiful that turned out. That is much easier. I try to follow what people say when I see a new product, but then I always think of a way of doing it myself, and I find that easier than keep squishing the air out using this. That's where I went wrong yesterday. I didn't use this because the method I've seen, I've used it, tried it, and it does work. And you push that down, and as you do, you pull the backing of your sheet off. So you'll be going like this. I'll explain. You'll be going like on the other side. It would be the opposite way around. And as you're pulling this, you're going like this, and it sticks the paper on. Well, the way I did it, it is a lot cleaner, a lot nicer. And look at that. No air bubbles, nothing. That's perfect. For me, that is a much easier way. And I'm glad I'm recording it to show you. Now, the only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut. See, I still got pieces because it's a bit bigger. I'm going to cut a little bit of a thing there. I'm going to cut out this extra piece, and I will be back to show you the next step on how I would cut it in my scan and cut now, because I'm going to do the whole process. Right, so I got my machine out, and look, I've got my own little stickers. Somebody asked me how old I was when I was playing with these stickers during a session we've done. Now, before we go along, the backing from those stickers, from those laminating sheets, adhesives, do not throw them away, because if you are into laser printing to foil, sometimes when you pass the page through the laminator, the ink goes to the pocket. But I found that if you use these on the sheet with the foil in between, anywhere where there's no foil, the ink will not adhere to here, and it stays much nicer than when you don't use one of them. Okay, so I consider them to be like gold dust, so I keep it. Now, here is what's going to happen now. So I'm going to turn towards my scan and cut machine. Look, these are all the ones I've been playing with. I'm not gonna need canvas for this. I'm just gonna use my machine, and you're gonna see how I'm gonna do it. So let me just put this. Let's get a new. I'm gonna get a new mat because I need to clean all my mats. Let me just pick up a clean new mat. Well, I found one. It's not a new one, but it is quite sticky still, but you can hear it. Okay, so let's do that. Now, I'm going to put my start here. I'm going to put my image on the mat, like so. You can go a little bit downwards, like so. And I'm going to put it on here. And I'm going to just press it down because I want it to stay in place. Okay. If you're worried about it moving, just take a bit of masking tape and put it just on the side where there's no image or dinosaurs. Don't go on anything that you're going to be foiling, just to hold it a little bit in place. Now we can put it into our machine. I'm going to switch it on. I'll try to get the screen clear for you. I'm going to take this off just in case it comes off, and I'll stick it on the side, this mermaid. I don't want it to come off and get stuck to the bottom and into the machine. So I'm going to put it there. Right, so let's see if we can get this to be clear. It's not bad. In the evenings, I can never get it quite how I'd like it to be. I think that's going to do the trick. So firstly, I'm going to click there, say OK to that. And I'm going to bring my mat in. Now, for this, I'm going to use scan. Now, I don't need the scan to cut data because I'm not sending it to Canvas. I'm going to use the direct cut. I'm going to select the machine, so I'm going to put it on the machine while it's doing, and I'm going to say start. It's going to scan all the dinosaurs in. Because we have that dark background, it will recognize the white line around the images, so that's what we're aiming for. The other thing is, especially if you're on instant ink, you don't need to worry about doing the background color, because a printout is a printout, whether it uses a lot of ink or not. Now, you can see here what I'm going to do, and I've got the pen thing here somewhere. If not, I'll do it by my finger. Here it is, so you can see better. We've got the red box around the whole 12 by 12 image, but I'm going to go smaller. So I'm going to go right to the edge there, a little bit outward that way. I'm going to come up here to there. Something like so. And next thing I'm going to say, okay, now it will start recognizing your images, and we'll see whether it picks them all correctly or not. So we'll wait a little for it to recognize the images, and there you go. And from here, it looks like it did quite a nice job of it. Let me just zoom in so we will have a look at how those lines are looking. Oh, no, look, that one didn't go right. No, it didn't pick them all correctly. It looked okay, but it didn't. Let's see. So this one is correct. Look. So this one down here, that's perfect. This one is perfect. These ones down at the bottom, they're perfect. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say, okay. I'm going to go back. I'm going to make sure I'm only doing the bottom few first. Okay? So I'm going to say, okay. Check them out, see that they're recognized correctly, which they should be. Excuse me. So yes, they do look good. So I'm going to do one thing. Now, this button here, you can select smoothing, low, medium, or high. I'm not going to touch this one. I'm going to leave it as it is because it looks like it's quite good there. So I'm going to leave it, okay. And there are no small pieces to get rid of because we're only doing the 3 bottom ones and they seem to be okay. Now, another thing I could do, I could go in here and outline distance. I could go a bit smaller, 1/2 millimeter or 3/4 millimeter in, that is, because it's smaller. Let's see. I say, okay. I'm going to say, okay. Oh, let's go back a second. I'm going to go back one, and I'm going to look at it again, because what I tried to do there, I'm going to go on the zoom. I'm going to go down. What I wanted to do there is have it inwards a little of my line, and I think that seems to be quite okay. So I'm going to leave it. Okay, I'm going to get cutting. So, okay. Now, when I come to cut, I say, oops, there's something else I need to get rid of. Let's go. Let's say cut. I'm going to have to go back. I've seen something. See these pieces here? We don't want them. So I'm going to go back. Sorry about that. It's on the hat. We don't need those pieces up here. So if I go to edit, I didn't see them before. I would have taken them out. So ignore items. So I'll go bigger, and they're coming off. Make sure that you're only getting off these pieces here, look, and nothing, not the big ones. So if you do, I think that will do it. Let's have a look now. We can do that millimeters. So let's go down. I'm going to do 1.25 millimeter because I think it was a little bit, 1 millimeter inwards. I'll see how it looks in a minute because I don't want to, it was quite good. So, okay, let's have a look. I like to have a look before I cut because once you cut it, if it goes wrong, you're throwing it away. So I rather check that everything, yeah, look at that. Can you see the line is now right in the middle of the white line? And that's what I wanted. I don't think you can see it well there, but it is. The line is right in the middle of the white. So I'm going to say, okay, 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 and I'm going to cut it. Now, when I come to cut, I need to make sure it is showing as half cut is on. I've put mine on pressure 2 because when I cut it before with pressure 1, it gave me a problem because it did not cut straight through, leaving just the background on there. So the paper was still on and it was being torn. So I'm going to leave it at 2. It worked brilliantly yesterday. If it doesn't work next time round, I'll do it with 3, but I think 2 is good enough. I'm going to say start. Now the machine said it's going to take a minute. Let's now have a look at it. Doing this. So the line should be in the center of the white. And it looks like from here, it's doing quite a good job of it. Now, don't take the mat out if you're doing it this way, because I still got the top ones and the hats to do. So I'll just check it. Did it right? And it's good that I started from the bottom, because when it stops, it's out, and I can check whether it was good enough to cut them. So I'm going to see if it has cut it right. I'm going to go down there. And there you go. Look at that. There's the sticker. You can see it's sticky bit. And it's cut it perfectly, leaving it just a smidgen of white on the paper. So I'm going to leave it there because I will give this to someone. Okay? I say okay. Now I'm going to go all the way back. Let's have a look again because I'm going to finish it. I'm very happy with how that turned out. So I'm going to go back again. And this time I'm going to move the arrows. Let's use the tool so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to move that up to the top. Oh, a little bit down. And this one up to there. And I could go in and then do the heads afterwards. Like that. So let's try and see whether it will recognize them now. And once this is recognized, let's have a look. I like to go in, zoom in, and zoom in again. And then you can see where we're at. And yes, it looks like this time, look, it picked them up really nicely. Let's go down. Don't know whether you can see them all, but they are really nicely picked up. So I'm going to say okay, because they have worked. Now, again, I don't have any pieces that seem to need to be taken out. I'm going to go okay. I like that 1 millimeter, so I'm going to go minus, minus, minus 1 millimeter inwards, because that 1 millimeter made such a difference to my cutout. So I'm going to leave it on there. I'm going to say okay. Okay. It worked with the pressure tool and it worked with the half cut. So I'm going to say start. I mean, if the settings are working perfect, why change them? Okay. So that's now going all the way around. There's one more to cut, and then I'll cut the two heads, and our project will be finished. So there you go. Look, it's cutting them. And again, it's cut them. If you look at them, it is cut. I can feel it. It's cut right round the image, but in the center of that white space. So I think that is brilliant. Now I'm going to go back. And I'm going to go, let me put it so you can see it. But my camera keeps moving. Right, so I'm going to go back to there and to there. And this time I'm going to move to encapsulate just the two last heads I've got. Something like that I think will work well, so I'm going to try it. If needs be, I move it again. Let's see whether it picks it up okay. Oh yes, I've got two lines there, so that's okay. I'm going to do that 1 millimeter negative. Okay. I mean, once you do it a few times, it's so easy to just get on with it. You just, it's easy to do. Cut, cut. Now that's on, so half cut needs to be on. Pressure 2, that is on my machine. You have to test yours because all machines are slightly different. If you needed to change it, click on this arrow here on this tool there and make sure you're on half cut, and you can change the pressure, cut pressure here. Let's see, 1 down. So I've got half cut, cut pressure on half cut is 2. So you can set it up whatever from there. I'm going to say okay because I'm going to leave it. Start cutting. It's going to take less than a minute, and then my project will be complete. Let's just show you what it's doing. So my job is done. I'm going to take the tape off. I'm going to take my page off. Oh, still quite a sticky mat. So I'm going to take the mat out. Let's start there. I'm going to switch off my machine to put it back in its place. There's my room on my desk. That goes right inside there. And this one, I can now bring off the page. There you go. So, with that done, let's put that in place there. Right, with that done, look, when I give it to whomever is going to get this, they just go like so, find the edge, and there you go. It will come off, and it will bring, oh, I've got a little tiny bit on the last two. Let's try another one. It could be the way I'm picking it up because I've got no nails at all. There you go. So that's done. That picks up. You take it off and you then stick it wherever they like. So that's how it's done. I hope you enjoyed seeing what I had to show you there. Let's turn the camera to the right place. Hope you enjoyed seeing what I had to show you. I am very happy with how that project turned out, And I hope that if you've got little kids in the family, if you have friends with little kids, neighbors, whatever, you'll enjoy creating some sticky designs for their likings. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you shortly on another video. Bye for now, everyone. Please remember, um, if you like this and you want more, just click the like button and subscribe to my channel so you'll keep show me you want me to do more, basically. Thank you. Bye for now.